going live. Just a second. Just waiting for YouTube to confirm. I think we are live here. Yeah, it's all good. Hi guys, it's Junior and Amanda again. We are on episode 3. That's going quite well. It's so interesting.
Wow.
It's so good. Like, yeah, it was just coming to me like it. As soon as you start something, then it just, it creates its own momentum as well. So yesterday, on the last episode yesterday, we spoke about the power of 1111. We tap a little bit in terms of like what's pain and patterns and few, probably through words and meanings that, you're starting to connect with. And like we mentioned, you can have a feel for that, what we're talking about. And then just before we jump into the call today, Amanda was saying and feeling like, let's give them a little taste of, how you can feel that calm and how you can connect with your heart center, how you can connect to yourself basically in there. So that's what Amanda is going to gift us today. And as she was saying as well, I think it's a very interesting thing as well, rather than just thinking on the closing your eyes, a normal meditation and everything else. Amanda is going to bring, a slightly different twist, so we can actually go along with the live as we go along, and still kind of connecting with our heart, connect with who we are, and I love what she said just before we jumped in as well. It's like where we actually connect with our creativity, with who we are, with our inner power, and so on. So I'll pass it on to Amanda and let her beauty. Yeah.
Well, good morning. Lovely to see everyone that's here, and whether you're live or coming in as a recording. And I always love the way you say things. You just say things so beautifully. And as you were saying, Junior, I think it's that we've talked a bit about presence and being heart-centered and living from a calmer, stiller, relaxed, more peaceful place. And I'll just explain a little bit about that, and then we're going to go straight into it. So our nervous systems are meant to be relaxed. It's called a parasympathetic nervous system. We're meant to live in a state of calm and relaxed, a place of warmth and peace and openness. And in this space, we feel safe, we feel connected, we feel open. And that's when our intuition comes in, that's when our wisdom can come in, our insight. But of course, as well, so we also do need to have a critical thinking mind, a logical thinking mind. So the open-eyed meditation Junior and I are going to show you today is about leading our lives from our heart-centered place. This is the place of calm, our nervous system's relaxed, our immune system, our bodies can flourish. It's the optimum nervous system to live in. And also, that's not to say that we do need our mind, we do need thoughts. It's good to have a personality. We are meant to be unique individuals. So we're not saying we want you to become a sort of drone that has nothing of an individual nature to give. And of course, so probably 80% of the time we can live from this heart-centered, calm place. And it does take practice. We cultivate this within ourselves. We're so used to being mind-led. What have I got to do? What's my to-do list? How do I do this? And as you start to do this, if you're new to this, take some practice, it's okay. If you've been doing meditations for a while, you'll kind of get into this. But the reason we're doing this with an open eye is because we want you to start living from this space throughout your day, in your everyday moments. So closed eye meditation is beautiful, and it takes you to that deeper place, and sometimes it takes us off to different realms and dimensions. That's amazing. And not saying don't do that, but during our day we don't want to split off our calm, still, open place to twice a day we meditate for 15 minutes, and then the rest of the day we get sucked back into our conditioned mind. And also when we're in this calm heart center place, it's very open, it's very nurturing, it's very connected. We feel the space around us and we can feel into each other's hearts and souls as well. So we don't tend to react to people anymore. We can kind of be still and listen and be with somebody. And then any past traumas or cellular damage or conditioned thoughts and patterns that are based on survival, all the things we talked about, I need to do things to survive, they just get really beautifully integrated and reabsorbed. And we realize we're not broken. You don't need to fix anything. We're not a problem. We're just realizing we can go deeper. That's where we unravel and when we reintegrate. And we can still have that logical mind. So today I'm going somewhere new. And as I say, I've had to plan my journey. What time do I need to be there? I've gone on Google Maps. I've had to plan, what do I need to take with me? So I've used my critical thinking, my logical mind, but at the same time, I'm very aware that I'm coming from a heart center place. So if there's any pressure there that my mind's creating about who will be there, what's the expectation of me, what if I don't do very well, I can just really lovingly bring it into this space, nurture it and say, hey honey, talk to me. What are you worried about? What are you thinking? I can feel that. And we all know what we mean by, sometimes we just feel a weight, a pressure, a sort of blanket of anxiety. And when we do it in this heart center place, we can hold that because we can say, hey sweetheart, why are you going? What's your intention of going today? My intention of going today is because children are a huge passion of mine and helping them to be in this space and feel safe. So that's my intention why I'm going today. So actually it's not about me. It's about me receiving. And when we're in this heart center place as well, we can receive. Being able to receive equates to our worthiness. Because when we're unworthy, we feel we've constantly got to give and prove and show people that we're worthy. And when we're in a heart center place, we're able to receive. Then we can receive the abundance. We receive all those beautiful feelings we were talking about yesterday, the calm, the peace, the bliss, the joy. And we realize we're not meant to be blissed out and excited all the time. Stillness and calm and relax is our natural state of being. So if it's okay with you, Junior, I'm just going to, and Junior eyes, you're watching us, we're going to do the very same thing. So we're going to keep our eyes open, and by keeping our eyes open, our nervous system is thinking, okay, perhaps I can be calm and relaxed while I'm awake. I don't have to be calm and relaxed while I'm sleeping. And as we keep our eyes open, you can either keep your eyes on Junior or myself, or you can look at something and focus on something and just find yourself looking at something. So I can look at a tree outside. I really like Junior's image, his face, so I'm more than happy to look at Junior. And I just invite you now just to take some nice, easy, slow breaths. So you don't have to worry about counting them. And also if you breathe in through your nose breathing triggers our parasympathetic nervous system. Nose breathing tells our body that we're calm and safe. When we breathe through our mouths, of course I'm breathing through my mouth because I'm talking, but when we nose breathe, it tells our body that we're calm. If you want to breathe out through your mouth, you can, but you're just slowing your breathing, you're keeping your eyes open, and you're just deepening your awareness, taking your awareness, your attention, probably just down into your body, into your heart center. You're still aware. So you're still aware that you're looking, you're seeing, you're receiving, and you're feeling. So as you're doing this as well, as we've talked about before, I just invite you to just take your attention just into your body. And just feel, and also feel my voice. So our intention was today was to invite people to this deeper place within that's very real. It's who we really are. And if there's any trauma or conditioning, this is the place that we can lovingly unravel it. We can lovingly bring it home. We can talk to it. So sometimes we realize that it can be a specific thought, or it can be just more of a feeling. As I was sharing with you today, as I was planning my day today, I was aware there was just a sort of slight pressure on my heart. There were no obvious thoughts coming up. I couldn't say I'm scared of a specific thing because I'm excited to go. But as I just sat and I planned my day, I'd done my critical thinking, I knew where I was going, everything practical was planned. I knew it was really important to go to this place. And I'm cultivating being in this place. I'm practicing being in this place of stillness and presence that we talked about. And you'll start to find, you'll discover there's a you there that is you, feels like you, has the vibration of you, but it's a you that's really calm, feels safe. She loves being, he loves being, they love being their unique self. There's a value there, there's a uniqueness there, there's a safety there, there's an intuition, there's clarity. But in that space, I was able to just feel that slight pressure around my heart that I didn't know what it was. So in that space, I was able to just, it's okay. There's nothing wrong. There's nothing for me to do here. Life wants me to live from this place of calm and relaxed, and it feels warm. I can take my time. I don't need to rush this. And as I just allow myself to feel that slight bit of pressure, almost anxiety might be a word to give it, as I allowed myself to feel it, I wasn't resisting it. I wasn't saying, don't feel like this, what's wrong with you? And as I just held it, just breathed into it, taking my attention around the feeling, I was able to just get just started to lighten and unravel. And as I just held it, there were just certain thoughts came into my head of, I wonder what the expectation is of me today. This unknown pressure that was going on in my mind of, what will they think of you? How have you got to come across? And as I was able to hold those thoughts and those patterns, they felt very childlike, because a lot of our conditioning is very childlike. And I also could sense there's some sort of ancestral conditioning. What we talked about yesterday, almost that genetic imprinting of our ancestors that have had some sort of trauma or survival-based problem where they've been maybe banished from a community. And obviously, you know, in ancient times, if we got banished from our community, we weren't safe. So I could feel there was a very old energy here as well. This just wasn't from my lifetime, or even my past lives. So I realized, gosh, this is actually a very generic human-based fear. That if I'm not safe with people, if I get cast out, I could die. And in fact, we would have done. So I was able to hold that and see that and say, gosh, not only is it beautiful for me to unravel and beautifully release that from my whole energy system, not just my mind, but my heart, and where I'm holding the past traumas. So for me, my past traumas was in my chest and in my breathing. I also beautifully realized I was releasing it for others as well, because as we take the time to do this and feel calm and still and hold those past traumas or negative thoughts or conditionings or patterns, we release it for others, we release it for Mother Earth. And also by doing this as well, I invite you to just take your attention into your feet. So just gently you must take your internal awareness into your feet and feel yourself connecting to the floor. If you're lying down, feel yourself connecting to your seat. And what you're feeling is a connection to Mother Earth. You're feeling her gravitational pull of holding you to her. She will never let you spin off into space. She's always holding you to her. And that allows you to feel connected and grounded and present and safe. And as you connect to Mother Earth, you're able to also feel an energy coming back of, it's almost like a nurturing, almost a slightly parental feeling of, there's an energy around me that I may feel comfortable to label, or I might not need to label it. But there's something around me that when I connect to it, it's holding me, it cares for me. I'm not on my own. I can feel its strength. I can feel its belief, trust, and faith in me. I never get it wrong in its eyes. It only treasures my successes, never judges me. I'm always learning. Mistakes are here for us to learn from. It's always focusing on our evolution. It's only the mind that focuses on the past and past mistakes because it thinks it's trying to keep us safe. But we're helping it now to see that from this place of calm and connection, we are safe. And that's our next evolutionary step. So I just invite you now, just as you're sitting here, listening to my voice, feeling my voice, feeling in your body. What does this voice feel like? What's my body feeling from this voice? Am I feeling calmer? Am I feeling more relaxed? Have I actually been able to find that inner presence within me that does feel like me? It is very, very me. But it's me without worries and anxieties and pressures. It's a me that can hold those conditions, hold any traumas in a loving space to bring it back home. And we can feel the earth we're connected to. And then on this deeper level, when we interact with people, we can go deeper than maybe their conditioning that maybe they're bringing out. We can feel their heart and soul. We can feel the goodness of them. We can see their light. We can feel their light. We can share each other's light, no matter what that person's saying or doing. And obviously, if it's an abusive energy, if it's mentally, emotionally, physically, or sexually abusive, that's your heart and soul saying, this isn't your energy to be in. And we leave that energy. But we can leave with love, we can leave with kindness, we can leave with compassion for whatever reason that's making that person act from that place of separation of who they really are. So, but on an everyday level, everybody has their conditionings. And when we come from this place of calm and stillness and presence, we realize we don't need anything from that person. We can let that person be where they are. And we realize that place of reaction doesn't really exist here. And if something does come up, we can so beautifully look at it and hold it and bring it home and talk to it. So as I was sharing with you this morning about that little pressure in my heart, about my day, about this big meeting I'm going to, a little voice, a little me that came in and just said, what if I say something wrong? What if I'm not what they're expecting of me? And I could just really lovingly just bring into my heart. And I do have lots of energies around me that I do communicate with. And as you become more present, everyone's different with this. So don't feel as you're doing this, I'm not connecting to a higher energy. Don't worry about that. But I was able to hold it within my safe space. And I have a safe space in my mind as well that I go to. And I could bring her into that. And she suddenly, I could tell that she felt safe. She wasn't in this sort of isolated, fractured part of me that wasn't connected to this space. As she came into this space of calm and love, I could feel her just like she was coming home, and she said, "Oh, I like it here. Am I okay here?" And we said, "We love you being here. We're sorry that we haven't been able to talk to you before now, but we're here now. Sorry we abandoned you before, but we didn't know how to connect with you. But we're here now and nothing's gone wrong. You're not wrong. We're so grateful for everything you've done to help this pattern heal by you taking this on." And she was just sitting there beaming and loving that and knowing that she was home. And as I knew I had to leave her in my heart, I was coming to talk to you, beautiful people, and Junior, I can feel her in my heart now. And she's sort of like, "Oh, I remember this. I forgot who I was. I forgot my natural state." And she's healing and she's clearing and she's returning to that state. And I also know it gives me joy that as I'm feeling better, I know that as I heal something me, I am healing it for others too. So, Junior, I'm just going to invite you now to just share how you're feeling now, just sitting here in your body, maybe your thoughts, your awareness.
Sure. I feel it's interesting because, of course, my mind is racing everywhere because it's about the beginning of the day, and then it's also about the people that are watching, and then also the like the technical stuff that I'm running in the background because I like the way that I'm putting the images and everything. But at the same time, um, it's interesting to do it with like open eyes as well, because you can actually, you can feel that connection of, that feel of the feeling of anxiety, which I can resonate a lot, because especially mornings for me was like, wow, I can feel that anxiety and everything.
Yeah,
And not making it wrong, but you can take it to yourself. And I feel
yeah,
it's awesome that whoever is watching this as well, even though like this may feel new, that you've never done it before or something, I'm sure you can feel like a little crack of like, oh, I can connect with myself even though I'm not on a meditating like or closed eyes state. But I
yeah,
can take that thought that was there, like for example, I'm on this, example of like, oh yeah, I know that there's a little worry about what's going to happen into the meeting and so on, and then you can bring it into your heart, and then like, oh, what's going on? Do you see what I mean? I'm here. You came back home, so it's, yeah, I feel it gives even more space for you to not be just like conditioned to that specific thought, but you
yeah,
can actually see a bigger picture of a bigger you in that sense, rather than just
yeah,
limiting yourself to one thought or to one worry or to one feeling in specific. And I feel like people can start kind of resonate with it as well, that you can actually, even the feeling that you were feeling in the morning,
yeah,
you don't have to label it as a bad feeling or anything else. It's just a feeling that was there, and you wanted to be heard, felt, and be together with you in your presence and so on. So I think it's beautiful. Thank you so much, again. And I feel whoever's watching this, as I said earlier, if you, some of you, I can guarantee some of you can feel it straight away. That's great. Do you see? You can feel the connection and so on. Some of you might feel like, oh, it's a bit strange, it's a bit different, but there's something calling me in here. And for some of you, it might be like, no, this is not for me, which is absolutely fine. It's, yeah, I feel.
yeah.
Thank
And I love that. That's why I love how
you.
you've just sort of taken what I just shared and made it very real.
Yeah.
And I love that. And I think, it's beautiful, isn't it? Because we're not saying that you'll do this once and you'll instantly be continuously calm and still and relaxed and present and open. It does take practice and it does take focus, but the desire to do it, the intention to do it is because we start to really care about ourselves. We care about how we are. We care about how we're feeling. We care about all those fractured parts of ourselves that got a little bit lost. And we want to bring them home. we want to release that, we want to embody that, and also we want to go out into the world and be an energy of calm and openness. And this brings out an insight and solution and an openness and a togetherness as well. So we're not saying, as Junior said, that you're instantly going to do some breathing and feel still and those feelings are going to go. It's just quite wonderful. You just allow yourself to unravel things. And the more you do this, I can only assure you, having practiced this, and Junior and I will share more about our journeys.
Yeah.
In fact, my niece has been to say, and I adore my niece, we're soul sisters, and we've been sharing a lot these last few days, and we're both saying how much we've both changed by applying this. Both had times of depression, huge anxiety, not feeling safe, unworthiness, huge amount of that. It's a huge thing in our family, and it isn't a lot of people. You're not on your own with this. And the reason Junior and I want to share this is because we know how wonderful it's been for us as well.
And Leah, awesome. And I'm just holding keep of time again. I'm not being, like not cutting it,
I
like
love that. Me too.
just holding the time for everyone. So I just want to close with I know that we use this analogy in one of the conversations I had with Amanda, but it's almost like brushing your teeth, and it's almost like you get, and it's beautiful as well because you can use those what used to be a bad thought, a bad feeling, or something you're conditioning to actually become a cue, a trigger for coming back to yourself, to connect with yourself as well. So what used to be, and you get kind of diverted and lost in your day to day and emotions and everything else, actually becomes what we spoke on the previous episode as well, a cue, like a pain. Oh, good, I can come back, bring to awareness, bring to my presence. And it's almost like that brushing your teeth on a daily basis, and not just on a once a day, but like every moment that insecurity, that um, unworthiness, or the thought or anything that comes to your mind becomes now an opportunity for you to reconnect and to be with yourself in there. So
I love that. It's like a little, because any a thought that doesn't match that we're loved and valuable and safe and whole, our emotions are there just to say, oh, hey, honey, you're just having a thought that doesn't match who you are. It's like a little bell. And the sooner we listen to that little bell, um, and I love the toothbrush analogy. Janie shared this a long time again. I love that you want to brush your teeth. You want to take care of your teeth. You wouldn't go to a dentist once every 6 months and have a good clean and then not clean them in between. And it's beautiful because you realize that the more you do this kind of open-eyed living from this still space, your personality is still there, who you are is still there, but you also notice that those patterns just naturally get brushed clean.
yeah,
It
no, and
doesn't become a laborious thing anymore.
it becomes like your cue, like, oh, let's brush my teeth, let's look after my mental hygiene and so on in there. But guys, I know it's been a little bit more than half an hour today again, but that's good. It's meant to be that way. So I just want to say a massive thank you to Amanda to assist us on this journey. I know how much you assist me in the past, and I know that sharing this, it's going to help other people as well. And if you're watching this on the recording or live or anything else, that I know you're in the right place. As always, if you have any comments, any questions, or anything else, you can comment below here. If you want to join us on the Telegram so you can get a notification when we go live and everything, that's our intention. There will be a link on the comments as well for you guys, on the description as well. And any final words, Amanda, just to say goodbye?
I just want to thank you as well for all you do, because you're very much the energy, the technical knowledge behind all this. So without you, this couldn't happen. So thank you for doing all that, and thank you for allowing me the space to share this. And I really love it. Thank you for letting me share this as well.
Awesome. So I'll see you all tomorrow. I mean, if you guys wanted to join, and I'll speak to you all soon.
Lots of love. Bye bye.